Nothing?
Nope.
So,
Try it on your chest, see if you hear anything.
Nope.
hey. What are we doing today? Oh, that's a good girl. All right. This is my sister's place. They don't have natural gas available around here. I think it kind of ends at the road or something. They live off the road a ways. So they have a water source geothermal system. So basically, there's a big loop over here underground, maybe 5 feet down, 4 feet down. And it pumps fluid through that loop like antifreeze. And then it like takes a little bit of heat, so it'll go out at maybe 25 degrees, the water from the geothermal furnace. It'll come through the loop and come back in at maybe 40. So it'll pick up the heat. And then there's essentially like an air conditioner in there, but instead of using air as the fluid to cool the condenser, it uses water from the ground loop, right? So in the winter, instead of trying to heat with 0 degree air, and heating your house, we're heating it with maybe 50 degree water. The loop's pretty big. It's kind of where you see that little ridge. That's all loop. So, hey, come on. Goober, come on. Let's go. Look at that. So we got a new unit in because the old one went bad. So we got to flush this out. So they make a flush cart, but those are expensive. We don't have one of those. So we got a Honda water pump out here, 98 feet of head, which is about 40, 50 PSI. This will get us, and then we're gonna go inside and check out the rest of the flush system. So this is at the end of our circuit here. It goes from here into this big filter we got, and then back out to the pump. So I'm just putting a valve right here so that we can kind of shock the system. This will allow us to charge the loop with like 50 PSI.
Uber, do you see any mice coming in? You get them.
Yeah, fair game.
Alright, that looks alright. Alright, so here's the new unit. It's like a 5-ton Bosch unit. Hey, relax. So my dad, did all the quote unquote easy stuff, set it. They got the tin taken care of. We'll do the cold air return later because that's not that big of a deal. So basically you just run power to this. All of the refrigerant and pump and coils and everything are kind of tucked inside here. It's a standalone unit. And then you just feed in water from that loop, right? So this is the flow center. So this has got the 2 fixed displacement pumps, and this provides the flow for the unit, right? And then there's a couple of like 3-way valves in here. So you can either have, you can isolate your ground loop, you can isolate your unit, and then we can use these 2 ports to flush it, right? So you just stick a wrench in there and turn that, and then you can see this is the way it flows. So right now we're hooked up to the unit. We're gonna flip these around 180 and flush the ground loop first, get the air out, make sure there's no junk in it, and then we will basically cap that off with these, and then we'll turn that around and we will flush the unit out, and then we'll isolate everything from this, right? And then we should be good to fire it up. So to flush it, we just have a big old contraption here. Watch out. So in here, this is like our antifreeze and water mixture. So there's actually a little submersible like sump pump in there, and that's gonna feed out this hose to that Honda pump to prime that Honda pump. The only reason we're using that Honda pump is just to get some pressure, right? Because a sump pump doesn't give us any pressure. And then it'll basically go out, it'll come in through that hose down there, and then that'll go into the flow center, and then it'll come out of the flow center after it goes through the loop, through this, and we've got rigged up a filter here. So this is how you flush the unit, right? So this will go into here, and then This is just like a maple syrup bag filter, and then it'll get filtered out. Pump will pick it up again. We'll just keep flushing it, maybe for an hour or two. We got a valve there, like I said, so that's so that we can shut that off, and that'll pressurize the system, right? This is the old unit here. This is the one that went bad. This is a Florida heat pump. I believe it's probably 20 to 25 years old. It's a beast. Ran for a long time, but I think in there is the coil that exchanges the heat basically to the ground loop or whatever, and that went bad. I think that rotted out, you can see. So that's why we're replacing it. Hey, Bar, what's up? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What do you call this? Electrical tape?
That's electrical tape.
What is that?
I don't remember.
Oh, this hose is junk.
Oh, really?
Kind of, yeah. All right, so I want to just flush the Honda pump right now. So I'm just gonna start this little transfer pump, and it's gonna go out through the Honda pump and come back in. Provided we have enough stuff in here. It's probably gonna need a bunch of air. Pumping it down. So that way, I just want to make sure that Honda pump's kind of clean because they use that for irrigation. So you can kind of see. So you can see the junk in there at the top. I just don't want to put like unnecessary garbage in the loop, right? Because the filter's the last part in our loop. Yep, see that? So that means we got fluid to the top of the pump. Pump should be primed. So when we start it up, it should take off. So we're gonna flip these to flush the loop.
Ooh, air.
All right. So we should be engaged with the loop now in our flow system. So the first thing I want to do is just go ahead and plug that in.
I think so, huh?
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll.
So that makes sense. So this is flushing all the way through the Honda pump back down here. But that's interesting. You can see that's antifreeze from the loop for sure.
Do you
That's
think,
bright pink, right?
I mean, how? Can I stick my hand down there?
Yeah.
I want to see how much it's flowing. Not.
Just peeing out, kind of.
Yeah. It's coming out.
So, I mean, we could let this run for a while.
Yeah. Without even starting the pump.
Yeah, without even starting the Honda, but we do have to go bleed that Honda pump. Good, don't you?
Well, it's still got bubbles.
There
Oh, there it goes. I think it's leaking. Yeah, it's leaking from the darn tile tape, you think? I think so. Oh, I can go get more tile tape. I can't move. That's getting seized up.
Think
I
that'll
can't.
seal it okay?
It's our only chance. I can't get it off. Just don't want it getting any air in the system.
Yeah, this should be.
It's not going to stop pressure. We got just the electric pump on, but hopefully it should.
There might just be a couple PSI there. Probably not even. It'll probably suck it right through.
Yeah. Should help us prevent air getting in the system on the suction.
This will be the high pressure on this side. We came in and our breaker was stripped. I think we burned up our transfer pump for some reason.
Well,
Got
one
it?
thing.
Oh yeah.
One thing, if that burns up, it's going right back. Getting another one, same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, my dad was trying to put a seaweed-filled pump in there.
Ah! Hey, we're on a tight budget, man. This is tough. Yeah. Crimp that off. Real good. Over there. Okay.
Yeah, that's going good. He's gonna go out there and start the Honda up. You can hear air through the system.
Checked everything already. The throttle. Let me give it some throttle. Wow. Huh.
Oh man, you're smoking us out in there. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, look at that air. And then you can see too, it's dragging this down, so I'll have to watch, but hopefully I don't get carbon monoxide poisoning. We got dry fittings up here, that looks pretty good.
The level's going up in the filter, but we'll have to watch it.
A little bit, it looks fine.
Yeah.
It's kind of stabilized. I think.
Yeah.
How fast is it blowing?
I mean, it's flowing pretty good. It's
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You want an estimation? I bet you 5 to 8 gallons a minute.
that tile tape worked. You can see the junk just kind of floating around in there.
About, I'll close about 5 seconds.
So we're doing that just to put some pressure for sure in the line set, you know, and then you kind of shock it, they call it.
Trying to purge the air out.
Yeah, should get the air out and hopefully more scale and junk out, right? Man, I don't see any air though.
No, I know. Videos I watch, they said it'd be a little milky or so, and it looks clear. Well, except for the crap, but that's not air.
All right, so before we could hear some water or some air in those copper pipes. That's a good indicator. Nothing?
No.
So,
Try it on your chest, see if you hear anything.
Nope.
you guys probably heard that Cooper would not stop barking. So they like being in the truck because it's their place. And then someone always ends up in the front seat somehow. Yeah, why do you do that to my seats?
Oh yeah.
what you want to see.
Yeah, it was getting about that far from the top. It was only about an inch from the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here. Let's open that up and see what's inside there.
This?
Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of green scale.
Oh, see, that's coming off the pipe.
Yeah.
That's what I saw in that rubber hose there. See, if your pipe, if
Covered in that.
if it's covered with that, it won't. You know, that'll be like insulation on the side of that pipe. It won't transfer the heat
As well, yeah.
as well.
Boy, that looks pretty good so far, huh? Well, no, I can still see some
Is he
in
getting
there.
more stuff coming in?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, look at the stuff in there again already.
Really?
Yeah, let's let it go.
Wow. Yeah, I just saw a piece rolling around.
Yeah. So one other indicator of air in the system is the level of water. So I know it's kind of hard to get a shot. But so we're gonna watch kind of over time. I mean, you can see right now, that's just a little above. We're gonna watch over time and see if the level drops. Then we know, you know, we're sucking up more fluid, so that means there's air in the system. But also when we shock it, we'll see if that goes down. So they say when you shock it, it should go down maybe a ½ inch, probably, I thought was what they said.
They pass out.
Yeah.
What kind of container
So
you
it
got?
should go down a little bit just from the ground loop expanding. So
Yeah, it shouldn't go down
under
2 inches.
under pressure, yeah. Yeah.
Boy, that's pretty good.
That was stabilized right there, yeah. So that hardly went down, right? Which means we probably don't have any air in the system because air will compress and the fluid won't. So we're seeing that go down just because we're expanding that pipe under pressure. So, and then, you know, when we open the valve from shocking it, we're not seeing any foam like we did initially. So it's probably pretty good. I mean, I think we're gonna let it flush a little bit just to get the crud out because it's, you don't do this that often, right? Like Justin had said, it probably hasn't been done in 25 years, we think this thing is. So we'll let it go, and then we gotta flush out the geothermal unit and then pressurize the loop.
All right, giving it a little more juice here.
We're good flushing the loop, no air, everything's stabilized. Doesn't look like we're getting much crud anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna flush the unit. We've already flushed this a little bit, got some chips on it. We're gonna flush this a little bit. I gotta turn them so it's down. And that should start to pressurize. And then I'll turn this one to 180. So now,
look at the air.
Yeah. So look at the air coming out of the unit.
I got it.
So this is interesting. You can see right now we're running about, you know, maybe 18, 17 PSI through the unit. That's what this pressure gauge is on. He's controlling her over there with his valve. That's why you see going up and down. So on the end of these pumps, this is just a bleeder. So I'm just gonna crack this and see, you can kind of see fluid bleeding out. That'll drip a little bit. Yeah, see that? So that's just a good way to make sure, that's what they say, get rid of your final air. And I don't see any air in there, but we're just kind of triple checking here. As soon as we're done getting air from this loop, then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna deadhead this. We're gonna charge our system to probably about 30, 40 PSI. Boy, it was making about 40 PSI.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
So why don't you deadhead it right now? Let me see what pressure we get. Okay, undo it.
What?
Yeah, let it go.
Open it up?
Yeah. Yeah, we got like 32 PSI. That's right what I want, yeah. This is an opportune placement. So now,
Perfect.
pressurizing the whole system. I'm gonna go back just a little bit until that aligns. All right.
You might as well do them both, right?
So now we're looking, we got 32 PSI on the gauge. So I'm cutting off the supply now. So now we are done with the pumps. Go ahead and kill the pumps. So we're done with the pumps. The loop's completely isolated from everything. And you can see we got pressure, which is perfect. So our loop is pressurized and it's free of air. See, this is flaccid now, right? Good use of words. Definitely looks flaccid.
Gauge is reading about 33, 34.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's awesome.
I don't think it could have went any better.
Until we hit the switch on.
All right, so I'm just gonna quickly. So this is our main power in. So I'm just gonna double check this to ground. And see, I got open line up there on the meter. Open line. So you should flip the breaker.
Turn it on.
Yeah.
Okay, stand back. All right.
Yeah. I heard a click. So our power LED's on. Right now I'm guessing the thermostat's off, so we're not getting a heating call. Huh? You think it's gonna work? You're not sure. You like the cold house, don't
His
you?
tail's wagging. I think he's optimistic.
Turned on. I haven't heard the heater run yet. It's on aux heat, because when it went out, they used the aux heat.
It's on full.
Oh, there, it just went.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, warm air.
Yeah, that's working. That coil's hot. I better get that back on. Alright, yeah, it's blowing warm air. Feel that. That's
Yeah,
nice
I
and
can
warm.
feel it.
So just with the Nest, they used to have a big electric resistance heater here that it would kind of use. It's actually right here. See that big toaster oven right there? It used to use that. Just because these heat pumps don't make hot heat like natural gas or propane or wood would. So they use electric heat just to kind of bring it to temperature sometimes. And then they were only using that after the coil on that went out, right? That's what, with the Nest thermostat, it's kind of tricky, but it's definitely on. So we're down to maybe, 16, 18 PSI right now on our out feed side. So we would have to check the in feed side.
That's what I thought you said.
Yeah, so I'm 22.
Oh, it's perfect.
So it's funny. Yeah, warmer and colder. That's funny. Our water in is a little warmer than our water out. I can just feel it with my hand, And we can put the probe on that too. I think that's the magic of this Geo Flow Center, is that this is gonna set our flow for us across that coil. And now that I know we've got maybe, I don't know, let's say 6, 8 PSI drop across the coil, then we can go on the table and look up what our flow is just based on that pressure drop. So what are these fittings? This is something special you ordered?
Yeah.
And how'd you find this?
Online.
You just search like GeoFlow.
Flush fittings. I think they're called just a flush fitting. You see
So
the
it's
cap
a
goes in there.
GeoFlow flush fitting.
Disregard that green stuff now. I put that on the outside threads because I didn't have that fitting, so I just used regular pipe threads to seal it.
This is just, it's regular 1.5" pipe threads. But
Don't worry, I didn't get any green stuff on the inside, but I couldn't get in there with pipe tape or dope tape or tape, Teflon tape. It's flush, so I couldn't get in there with that. So I want something to seal that. So don't give me any negative comments about that green stuff on there. No. But I mean, I guess I could have just stayed with that, but I couldn't get a good seal on them. And I thought,
Yeah,
shoot,
no,
if we
is a
do
good
this,
seal, yeah.
this is the proper way to do it. There, man, we're good to go.
Yeah,
Awesome.
boy. So in kind of offline, you know, they're gonna get a cold air return because look at the size difference of the two different units, right? I mean, this thing's like volume-wise, it's like twice the size of the old one. So that's why we had to redo kind of the out here, and then they'll redo the intake as well. But it's fine for now to run. Probably fold up a nice box, put a nice like 4-inch thick, like maybe MERV 8 or 10 filter on here. That way they get a little bit of air purification too, and then that's got to go up to here. Other than that though, I mean, it's running. You guys saw the temperature rise. The air temperature rise is probably close to 20 degrees. And then the water's dropping what, maybe 6? 5 degrees. Yeah, you're good.
And it should be empty.
Yeah. I'm impressed. He said he was going to MacGyver it, and I said, you know, why don't we just kind of buy some materials and, you know, maybe $400 or $500, right? And make ourselves a little flush cart. But I think we spent $100 on that pump that, honestly, I had a bunch at home I should have brought. We didn't need to bring, but that's pretty good. I don't see why any DIYer can't hook up a geothermal. You know, the loop is easy too, I think, for people like us. One interesting thing is, like, I've done multiple, like R410, like mini splits and stuff like that. I think this is way easier than those because it's just water. It's literally just water and 30 PSI. You don't have to have a vacuum pump and all that other special equipment. So, pretty slick. What do you guys got? Nice and warm now? So, I mean, everything works pretty solid. You know, like I said, my dad basically had us set and wired today, or before today, and then we came up and we flushed the loop, pressurizing, got it going. Pretty impressed, pretty happy. Like you saw up there, they had, you know, no AC over the summer and then a couple months without heat. So now they can stop using their little space heaters everywhere, right? So, like I said earlier, I don't think it was as bad as doing like a mini split or something. That's a little bit more work than this. But this is, you know, you do have to have a couple pumps maybe, and we had that trash can was what we used with the bag filters to kind of set that up. But everything's good. So if you are wondering why we decided to take on this job ourselves, just like anything HVAC, you know, so they got quotes for I think $13,000 and about $18,000 to just replace this unit. And the unit itself costs $7,000. So I get, you know, maybe 1.5 times, but I just tell me where the $7,000 to $10,000 of labor were for what we did today. You know, I don't think we had that much time into it, and I don't think it was worth that much money. If a guy came out here and knocked it out, and you were like a certified technician and you had the tools, it literally would be a one-day job for you. So you're going around making 10K a day. That just doesn't seem right to me. So, you know, kick rocks and we'll put it in ourselves. It's no different than if, you know, someone's putting in just a natural gas furnace and they want to charge you $10,000 in labor. I just don't see it. So, like I said, we got a little bit of finishing up to do. We got to do the cold air return, get a, you know, a nice filter in there for them. Ducts make a little bit of noise, so we might try and do that. And then I think we might add a couple ducts because it just doesn't quite seem like they have enough in this house. But other than that, pretty solid. You know, if there's any questions any of you guys have, this is kind of one of those videos that's, you know, somewhat less entertaining and more just for a DIY, because we did put quite a bit of time and research into this, and I do think this is valuable. Not a ton of DIY flush videos out there. So if you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. But honestly, it's pretty simple. You know, get the air out, pressurize a little bit, and send it. So thanks for watching, guys. Should probably get on to the next job, huh, Coop? And that's looking for junk to eat in the basement. Huh, great.